Hi guys, Falcone here. Let's go for another exciting tutorial. I'll try my best to make it as simple as possible, straight to the point, which is very hard for me sometimes, so let's go for it. A quick overview of what we're gonna cover here. The idea is to make ready for projection matte painting of Misty Forest. So I'm just watching Rings of Power now, and I gathered a few references, so this would be our mood board for the project, like references for inspiration. I won't dive too deep into this during the project, so let's go straight to what we're gonna be needing. So maybe it's like a lightning concept that will be refined into a matte painting using as few assets as possible to reach to the briefing. So what would be the briefing? A misty forest with a clear design, diffuse lighting, set up by a bog with a few shrubs. We see just a few ground planes. There are not much elements on foreground. So that's the idea. We're gonna be heading to something like this, for example. This type of European forest that you have a few pine trees, maybe cedar trees. It's not so busy as a tropical forest. So we're gonna be using a few references from my photo pack that you might find over here. And by the way, there is also a tutorial at ArtStation called Concept Design of a Fantastic Forest that you can explore here. Just a second, let me just confirm, where is it? Yeah, you might find at my marketplace the two Kingsley Vale photos at my store here. I'm gonna be showing you guys deeper into detail what is contained into those photo packs, and I'm also going to be sharing a few free photos so you can use them following the tutorial, of course. So that's the idea. And as I know very well how the days were when I reached these trails, I know exactly what I want, and I will show you how to make it work with the references that I got. Of course, you might use other stuff, you might create your own versions, but that's what I wanted to show. And regarding forests, I have this concept design tutorial which is much more in-depth than this one will be, and the idea is to make a much simpler image than this one. This has a lot of other stuff. It has flowers, vines, small waterfalls, sort of a lake reflection, and this was much more complicated. So it was a 5-hour tutorial with 15 PSDs. The idea is that this one is created maybe within 1 hour, 2 hours tops, let's say. I hope I can do it much faster. So yeah, that's the quick overview. And after we take a closer look at the mood board, I'm gonna be talking about the different lighting conditions, so you don't pick up the wrong assets when you're working with diffuse lighting, for example. And after we take a look at the mood board, we're gonna be starting the workflow, which would be research the photos at the photo pack. So I'm gonna be opening up the photo packs here, and we're probably gonna be using sorry about the eye, Leo. It's some time for a break already. We're going to be using these types of photos, like simple, easily masked ones that we can see through. So we're going to be probably selecting just maybe 3 or 4, I don't know, maybe 5 different photos to try to make it work as least photos as possible. And we're going to be blocking 2 concepts for approval, as if we are sending this to the client without much refinements, and then we'll pick up a chosen variation and keep on refining it until it's matte painting, like a believable, realistic scene, even though it's supposed to be a simple one. Okay, and then we're going to be making the scene ready for camera projection, meaning we're going to be constructing the scene from scratch, already thinking about that. But that's something that I'll be preparing the file later for export. So for example, we're gonna be baking all the effects on top of the layers, so they are lighter and easier to work with on a Nuke software or another software for projection if needed. In our case, we're just going to be focusing on Photoshop, but the entire workflow is going to be focused on that, on creating a scene from scratch, using a few photos as references, and following a simple brief and making it work as if you're working with the concept for matte painting and as a matte painter yourself. Okay, so let's go for it. See you guys on the next video.